Good evening, race fans, and welcome to what is one of the two final races for week number 4, the Spoiler Pilot Key Sanity Week. I'm Adirondack Rick, and I'm being joined by Lana Bean. These two runners, Radical Sniper, Mystic, one of two races that are starting right now as we speak, getting ready for the final races of this mode. Introduce these two.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. We have Radical Sniper 99 Jesse. He is being piloted by Leoria. And we also have Mystic being piloted by Dave's Cloud. And the two teams are going to be playing a pilot spoiler key sanity, which basically means that they're going to be piloting the runners and they have a spoiler being able to tell them exactly where everything is. And they're trying their best to go as quickly as they can to where they need to go to complete the game, faster than their opponents.
Yep, I don't know what Lana Bean's policy is, but I'm not going to take a look at that spoiler log whatever here. I'm going to be surprised and try to figure out exactly why they're going to the locations that they are. Just to introduce the two teams, JKLOL, currently the division leaders here in the Light World Conference, sitting with 18 points. They are currently potentially the conference leaders if they can get the win here as we are underway, starting off the Sanctuary, picking up the 3 bombs, this is the route that you're going to see a lot of runners do this week, or have been seeing a lot of runners do this week, where they will head over towards the forest area here to try to get the answers to how do you stall for time. How do you allow the runner to get enough movement here so that they can at least get enough out of the spoiler log so they can say, hey, you need to go here, need to go here, need to go here. And it's a very stressful 15 minutes. Lana Bean, you'd have to agree with me this. The winner of this race is whoever wins these 15 minutes.
No, absolutely. It's about execution as well, but the first 15 minutes are crucial. You get your offense, you get a little bit of defense if you can, you get your crystal layout, there's so many things that can go into 15 minutes, and if you could be the team who rats that the fastest, you're in great shape.
And we noticed that Radical Sniper is spending a little bit of time trying to kill enemies here, picked up 20 rupees off the tree, has 3 bombs. Now we did see Mystic wind up picking up the flute out of the well. That was the only item that he picked up. We also do have our tracker Shasta, who is marking out that we have Green Pendant Pod, we have Thieves Town, and Eastern as our other pendants. 5-6 Ice, and Meyer, how vanilla.
A little bit. Those crystals are usually required to go ahead and unlock your Pyramid Fairy to get your sword and silver arrows in the vanilla game, but in this, we'll see what ends up happening. We got a book.
Yep, this book will either mean how we're supposed to access Desert Palace, or this will be the answer to the questions of what's on the tablets. Now, interesting that Radical Sniper grabbed what was a 300 rupee prize, but Mystic did not.
Well, good to rat in money early, even if you don't necessarily know right now if you need it. Simply because you can take some pressure off of your pilot. You can buy that bottle vendor.
One thing to know here is we're noticing that Leoria is either routing in heart pieces or she hasn't gotten to this part and is just telling Radical Sniper to give her time while he looks at all of this stuff. As we find one of your favorite items of the game on the bottle vendor.
Jesse knows who's commentating. He's doing it intentionally. Gosh darn it, Jesse. On the other hand, like I said, the pilot could be looking through the spoiler, and Jesse's got the money to buy it, so he's like, don't worry, don't look at it, just look at this more important thing.
So one other thing that we were noticing here in this early game, we got ourselves a Palace of Darkness small key. Radical Sniper going in here into the chicken coop, and this is going to be another 300 rupees. All right, so Radical Sniper's grabbing some rupees. Now, I'm starting to get a funny feeling that Leoria has done enough parsing of this log to tell Jesse that you might need something off Zora. And that could become a little bit of an issue here for Mystic. Now, Kakariko Village isn't that far away. You have the flute. You activated the flute. So therefore, you're going to be able to take care of business. Now, we did see Mystic purchase some bombs. So that way we can head over here to the mini Moldorm Cave. Is it going to be a 3-bomber for Mystic? Oh, nice shot.
And we have Jesse doing the same thing, buying some bombs in Kakariko.
Here we get ourselves a small key to GT, a small key to Misery Mire, a big key to Desert Palace. Early book, too.
No kidding.
Early book, early desert big. I'm starting to get a funny feeling about this.
It looks like some indecision going on Mystic's side.
Oh, yeah. And this is also one of those spots here where you can tell if a pilot really doesn't have any sort of idea where your runner's supposed to go just yet. This kind of indecision can happen. This is why I'm mentioning that the 15 minutes of this seed are very important to who winds up taking the advantage in this seed. And a race could very well be won or lost based on this early 15 minutes.
Absolutely. The early part of the game is all about the routing. Later on, it's about the execution, especially if it ends up being low percent. So early on, the pressure is on with the pilots, but later on, a little bit more with the runners.
Back 3 of Escape coming up here, which is the reason why Jesse picked up the glove over here in the back of Sahasrahla. And we got our first sword and a heart piece, so that tells me that Jesse wants to get these on the route heart pieces, so that way we can at least guarantee ourselves a little bit of safety.
Heart pieces are crucial in this mode. Oftentimes you end up at the end of the seed with 5, 6 hearts, and it's difficult.
Ooh, this may be an indecision here for Jesse as he flutes to 6 and then gets told not to go there. We're going to go over to... Okay, he's yet to do Mini Moldorm Cave. This is where he's off to.
Desert big. Yeah, you could tell Jesse's rushing towards desert, but something's in that big chest at this point.
Yeah.
And I am with you 100%. I do not spoil myself with the spoiler log.
It's also a possibility he went one too far, but I think that may have just been a hold up. You need the big key. So there may be 2 things in desert.
Yeah, because right now they have access to desert ledge, big chest, and lobby chest. That's about it.
Right, the ledge 2, which would be item number 3. Mystic heading up here to the mountain, not saving the old man, which means he probably doesn't have anything important this seed. There must be something inside the Spectacle Rock, though. And that's exactly where Jesse's going to, right through the middle, through the uprights.
Poor Mystic getting pelted by the cabbages. That's just rude.
At least he didn't get belted 4 times. That would have been more rude.
Very true. All right, are we going to get a hammer in here? Maybe a moon pearl?
Jesse going in. We're going to see what the item is. Jesse going in through the regular way. We do have our hook shot here, which will get us over towards the right side of the mountain. Mystic trying to do the bomb jump to get to the other side. Lines up and misses it. That's a save and quit. That's going to be a loss of a few seconds. Especially since it didn't save the old man, so now you got to flute back up to the mountain.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough there. Looks like Jesse's got the line up. There it is. It's not a horrible time loss. You can pretty much see the difference at this point. But of course, if these dead rocks have anything to say about it. But yeah, time is precious in this mode.
Yeah, this is a mode where the more time you lose due to execution, unfortunate. Oh, Jesse takes a death just like that. The more time you lose to execution, gives time to your opponents. And I thought Mystic was going to be dead rocked.
Just avoided it, just far enough out of reach that didn't affect the movement. But you can obviously see that the seed can troll you in a number of ways, and both the runners have been hit hard so far. Oh, Jesse, no! All right, we do get a full heart in the lower part of Paradox, or upper part, depending on your preference, really. The Paradox is weird.
Yeah, it'll be scored on the log that those 2 chests on the bottom of the stairs are considered Paradox Upper. There's our lamp. All right, so now we have a way to beat Desert.
We do. We got a sword. Not great, but it's there.
Game doesn't care sometimes.
Not
It could
wrong.
put something right on the Lamos. And now, of course, we don't know where the Desert Small is, but...
Exactly. Desert Small puts Desert actually in logic, but if there's nothing right side, they don't have to return, and you're in Desert anyway, could be worth it, especially if your Mire access is late.
All right, so Mystic first into Desert now. And just talking about the magnitude of this race, you've got to think that this is going to be one of those must-wins coming up here soon for Leftovers Restocked. They are currently sitting at the bottom of the division, and the bottom of the division in Invitational gets that R word.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, that would not be great, but they're off to a good start so far. Going to be tough to deal with Jesse and Leoria. They are quite the tag team, but
Yeah.
it's not a feat that is insurmountable. And
Yeah.
if Mystic can get some breaks here and Jesse can make another mistake or two, that could be just what they need.
Bombo's located over in the big chest of Desert.
And Jesse has changed course going towards George, aka Hubbo.
I will point this out, though, that you got to give credit to great teams in this division, like JKLOL. These 3, they know each other. Ice Rod on Man Underneath the Bridge. Okay, so we're heading to the Lamos.
Yeah, I like that. That's a much easier Lamo fight.
Yeah, exactly. All right, as we head to the back, and we grabbed a mushroom, by the way, out of that map chest inside of Desert. And I don't know about your experiences with this week, but they can definitely be something interesting.
No, absolutely.
Now, in your experiences in the Open League, were you the pilot or were you the runner?
I was the runner. We had a race yesterday. It was an experience. Captain 1977 was my pilot. He was so nervous, but he did a great job.
And how chaotic, as we've been pointing this out, how chaotic are the first 15 minutes in the discussion between you and your teammate?
I think it was a little bit about me trying to keep my teammate a little more calm, saying it's okay, just read, you're good.
I'm just more talking about the, hey, this thing has this has this has this, you're going to need this.
Oh, got you. Yeah, it's a lot of information very quickly on both sides. So your pilot's trying to tell you where things are. You're trying to remember where everything is. So your brain can be going in 100 different directions in the first 15, 20 minutes of the scene.
And we're going to see what the difference is here between how Mystic's trying to do this fight here with just a fighter sword and very little besides that, compared to how this is going to go for Jesse. Like, this is going to be quite a different fight for both sides, to the point that Jesse's going to gain quite a bit of time.
It will be, but the amount of time that Jesse spent getting that ice rod, it doesn't offset the amount of time you'll save on Landmo. If anything, loses a little bit more time, but at the same time, it's a bit of a safety.
It's just about the fight itself.
Yeah.
And there's our Titan's mitts.
Okay, so Desert Small is going to be pretty readily available, but if they're not trying to get it, it's probably not that important.
And Mystic is going to have to get that ice rod. We don't have it marked on here, but it is a crystal. Churdarock is. All right, why did we get a mushroom?
I think we're about to find out, Rick. decently healthy seed so far. 6 stars is something you hope for towards the end of the game, and they're 11, 12, 13 minutes in.
The bow.
Ooh, no Eastern big, no pod big, and they're both pendants at this point, so maybe something. They got their 1 key in pod, maybe something on right side pod.
Jesse misses on 1 attack here. You don't have unlimited shots here with the ice rod, so the more you can do, the better it goes. Unfortunately, now down to just sword strats at this point, so a little faster than Mystic, but obviously missing those shots didn't help.
Yeah, not having F. Sorry, guys.
I was just going to say, and there's the mids for Radical Sniper.
And with the Ice Rod and full magic and no half magic, you have 8 shots and 6 of them need to connect to get a perfect fight.
Alright, here we are inside of Eastern Palace. So, something's over here, and it's... Why do I have the feeling we're going to get the Moon Pearl out of here at some point? Or maybe... Oh gosh, maybe Eastern Big is here.
I was going to say, maybe a vanilla big key here. I don't think you rush that bow right now unless there's a way to beat Eastern. And you got your lamp, so...
There's our big key to Ice Palace, okay.
Well, it could
At
be
least...
Yeah, sorry guys.
At least you know what's in the Ice Palace big chest. At least the log tells you that, but... Ew.
Ew. And we did have a race this morning that both of the runners' pilots missed that it was the Ice Palace big chest that had the ice rod. And the big key chest was nothing. So both runners ended up having to go back to a hero they had already beaten and had to go to the lobby of Hera for the Ice Palace Big to go to Pendant Ice for an ice rod before going to Turtle Rock.
Oh, that sounded good feeling. And there's our Moon Pearl. Okay. So that's why we rushed to Eastern.
And one thing we did not chat about, Rick, is this is a spoiler race. The runners are allowed to watch this stream and each other in their streams if they choose to do so.
And there's arguments both ways. Like, can you handle watching the restream, getting to see where your opponent is while you're trying to execute, or while you're trying to run through the seed log at this early venture? There's two different schools of thought, and it's all up to how comfortable as a pilot you are, or as a runner that you are.
I think that decision is a thing that could be held off on until you've got a route. Once you've got a route and a little more freedom, look at the race, see how you're doing, try not to panic your runner, and just see how peek on things. Like,
case in point with my race, my 2 piloted races here, as we get the flippers here in the Sea House. So race number 1 I was watching the restream, and it kind of distracted me from being able to keep an eye on the log, and I think things got missed as a result. And again, I've mentioned how the 15 seconds or the 15 minutes of the seed become very important, and in race number 2, it's like, nope, we need to construct a route. I'm not going to look at the restream until we have a route constructed. Because
exactly.
Some runners can walk, chew gum, and talk at the same time. Others, no.
If I tried to pilot and do that, my brain would shut down. I would need to concentrate on that spoiler log. Get a route for my runner. And I may even then not consider watching the restream until we're pretty close to, Ganon's Tower. And then you're like, okay, how's our opponent doing?
So, yuck!
Oh,
yuck!
Miraless Smith, oh my gosh.
Y-U-C-K, yuck! Ooh, interesting. Routing divergence. Jesse's going into Thieves Town.
Pendant Thieves Town front 4. No big key.
Small key to TR. Now we need 3 of them at some point. Okay, that's why. Take the death and collect your key. We might see Mystic Truth decide to do that when we get the Fire Rod.
Yeah, I can wrap that into Skullwoods. Maybe another sword. Maybe, and you got your mirror, so Mystic could just mirror out instead of Death Warp, so little time saved there.
Also Brewery here for Jesse. I don't think we saw that from Mystic.
No, we did not. We saw a C-shaped house turning in the smith, and that was it.
Have magic?
Oh, okay. Well, could be waiting on that like Thieves Town. Okay, so whatever's up here is either at Floating Island or Hookshot Cave. We did get that mirror intentionally before going up here.
Yep. And Jesse is going further along this route. We're actually going to dip into Skull Woods by the looks of things. Meanwhile, Mystic going into Hookshot Cave. Getting the small key to the tower. Oh, gosh.
It's never a good sign, Rick.
Woof.
In a spoiler race, if you get the tower if you're a small key intentionally, ouch.
All right, what do we got in Skull Woods that Jesse wants to get?
Well, if it's a hammer, I'd say that's a worthy pickup. Oh, Master Sword, also good. Okay. That's going to make Tower of Fury easier.
It's also going to make this Lamo fight, not Lamo, this Moldorm fight better.
It will be much more smooth, potentially. Depends on how Moldorm wants to bathe.
Ooh, that's unfortunate there for Mystic.
Yeah, used all of the bombs, so
Yeah, and only 5 arrows.
Yeah, no kidding. So not really a time loss, just kind of no break for you. Okay, what does Hero Basement have in store for us?
I'm gonna say the boots. Oh, yuck!
Game, come on.
Yuck!
Okay, that gives that gives Mystic the ability to go ahead and
Mystic doesn't have the big key to this dungeon.
Maybe bomb. Oh, for that, yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, you're right. That's something I wish I remembered when I was facing against Drakey back in the AAD week in week 3. 0 bombs equals bad time.
Oh my gosh, like nothing feels worse than that. Except if you're doing the same thing and you're trying to go to the back of Mire.
And you're on the call for that race.
Yeah, I believe so.
Painful feeling when you're in Mire and all of a sudden you realize, why is my bomb thing not lit up? Oh.
Why can I not auto-swap?
Oh, there's the boots, and also that is a 10 bomb pack that Mystic wishes he has right now.
No kidding. Oh my goodness gracious. So skipping over some money, but got other money, but oh my gosh, would have been nice to pick up that 10 pack of bombs.
Oh, for certain. All right, we're going to need that fire rod. We did definitely want those boots. That's why both of these runners beelined it up here. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a better fight for Radical Sniper than we have for Mystic, because it's going to be 6 versus 3 spins.
Yep, Pearl Arm takes the same amount of damage from spins from a Fighter Sword or swings, so...
Yep.
But from Master Sword, you can do 3 spins as opposed to 6 swings.
And you can avoid this last stage. Beautiful fight there for Mystic, though.
Good, solid fight. Well done. Green Goo.
Right.
That's not bad, Rick.
That's a pretty solid find. I mean, you're always happy when you get the safeties like that.
No kidding. 6 health or 6 hearts. You got a green goo. Now the Mystic can go ahead and ride in all that Village of Outcast, Lost Woods, all in one go, so it's really not bad.
First, we're going to go grab that ice rod.
With the flippers. Well, with Ice Palace being a crystal, I'm a little surprised not doing this before going to ice, but at the same time, maybe we'll get a flood of Turtle Rock keys and end up there.
I think by this point you're skimming through Turtle Rock, and it's like, no, there's nothing much here.
Now we're gonna need at least 3 keys for that. We've got 1. Need a big key 2.
Obviously, we don't have the Can of Samaria to even talk about Turtle Rock, so
No, yeah.
nor do we have the Quake.
But we're going to Zora area.
There's the boots for Radical Sniper, and we get powder and 3 bombs. All right. So this is something on the ledge here for Mystic.
Yeah, that seems important. That could have been gotten after a bow, I guess. Okay, well that hammer gives them Ice Palace completion, but they're probably going to want to dodge that until they get a Samaria, assuming Samaria is not an ice.
Yeah, at this stage you don't touch ice until either the progression forces you to be there, or Cane of Samaria is available. Okay, Ether Tablet. Okay, Safety Heart.
Something Mystic not able to do due to Skullwoods having a sword. But could get that heart piece later on towards GT. It would be a time sink, though.
Hey, Radical Sniper heading over here towards the Zora area. As we see what we have in Hype Cave, a safety for Mystic by way of a heart.
Sandcart, well done. Ooh, okay.
And there's our second sword that we've seen, or third sword rather.
That's going to make a pretty easy Mothula compared with the Fighters or Master.
So we're either heading to Stumpy, we're either heading to Cave 45, or the digging game. And it's Cave 45.
I mean, from this direction, you may as well, with everything available in Outcast and Thieves Town, you may as well just run up the rest of the way.
As we pick up the big key to Misery Mire. Well, we definitely do need that.
Oh, we have access to the Mire area. We've got Bombos. Just no red stick.
Where do you think that red stick is?
I'm gonna say Mire, because game is rude. Okay, Jesse's heading up towards Skull, but no tempered.
And Mystic is heading to do... Is this Hammer Pegs? This is Hammer Pegs. And that is exactly where Jesse is heading to as well. As we get a big key over here, and this is going to be our big key to Turtle Rock.
Okay, these runners are inching close to go mode at this point. We still need a Swamp Small. We still need 2 more TR Smalls. Is that it? Oh no, Samaria.
And we get to visit the Village of Outcast shop that we don't normally see. I mean, we'll be seeing people go into this cave coming up here in a week and a half when it's Cross Keys week, but needing to buy some bombs and didn't want to play the 50-50 game. Here's the half magic for Mystic.
So Jesse's probably planning on riding on that Tempered Sword with Swamp.
Makes total sense. There's our Quake, so we now have access to Turtle Rock. So chat was wondering, what is the difference between the two as far as what seems like one's behind, one's ahead? The difference really has just been how they've been routing some of their miscellaneouses. We've already seen Jesse go through part of Skullwoods, got a sword upgrade in the Pot Prison Room, which is something that Mystic's going to grab. This is going to give Mystic Tempered. Actually, not yet. Needs to find a way over there, I guess.
Well, I think Jesse did it intentionally and may have gotten trapped in. If
he may have fallen in, and he was going to do a save and quit anyway because he had the breadsmith with him.
Exactly. So Mystic, unless you get a Skull Small, you're gonna have to route that on the way out, I think.
There's Arcane.
I was wrong. All right. Hi, Kane. Well, we got that Ice Palace Big Key. We have a Kane. We're gonna have Tempered Sword. Well, not gonna get much better in a spoiler.
And Jesse gets grabbed.
And that is also another slight difference, which really kind of offset each other, but Jesse did take a death off on Death Mountain. Meanwhile, Mystic kind of missed a bomb jump to get back across Spec Rock, had to save and quit and flew back up, so those somewhat negated each other.
Yeah, they're both washed out.
So what we see now is basically the difference of the two runners. We're 2 rooms apart.
Both of these runners committing to a Master Sword Mothula fight. All right, and here we go. Now, gotta be careful because this is green mail that we're talking about here. 2 hearts if Mothula or its fire rays hit you. The spikes always do 1. Just gotta be patient. Jesse losing a little bit there, but gets it done. Over here on the right side, Mystic. 5 hearts remain. Map to Eastern, yippee.
Oh,
there we go.
Got hit, but took Mothula down. Well done, Mystic.
Both runners are going to have 4 hearts to fill up. A little bit less on the magic there for Mystic. A little less time because of the less magic that needs to be filled up on the celebration. Sometimes that does matter.
It can, for sure, especially if you end up having that for several dungeons. That's going to be some time. And we got Jesse probably heading towards Ice Palace at this point.
Yep, and Mystic wants to get that sword. So looks like Mystic will have a sword advantage going into Ice Palace. Now that we've got the Cane of Samaria, Mystic did get the Cane of Samaria, right?
Yes.
I do believe so. It's just I haven't gotten it marked on the tracker.
Yes, before going back to Mothula.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, here's the Quake. And Mystic, at this point, should probably drop down, get that Tempered Sword. And good point. Jesse still needs the Mire Big.
Probably picking that up when going to Hype Cave or Swamp as well.
Yeah. All right, there's the save and quit for Mystic. Tempered sword in hand. Big shoutouts to the pilots. This is where things start to calm down a little bit. Now that you've got your route constructed, it's just reminding your opponent where you need to go. There's our swamp small. We need that.
And like Rick said, shoutouts to the guides to this race here for these two. Leoria leading Jesse, aka Radical Sniper 99, and Days Cloud is leading Mystic today. So they're kind of telling all their runners where you go. You just go do your thing.
Turtle Rock Small and Bonk Rocks for Mystic. So that's 2 keys that we know of. And here comes the Ice Palace for Mystic. So it looks to me that the next play that we're setting up after this will be Swamp.
Holy moly, this is a really close race. Mystic has a couple of overall checks done ahead of Jesse, so we'll kind of get a better idea of how things are going, I think, when the runners are entering Swamp.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to see the merging of these paths, because Radical Sniper, Jesse still needs to go into Hype Cave, still needs to go into Cave 45.
And Jesse with the sword disadvantage, but that fire rod more than makes up the difference here.
Nice splashing. Beautiful work there for Jesse.
Beautiful fight.
And we get the single lonely arrow.
Thanks, game.
And Mystic does the icebreaker.
We're just missing a TR small at this point.
Yes, indeed. We just need to get the TR small. Jesse needs to get the TR small out of the bonk rocks, and then we've got to find where another one exists. That felt like one of those muscle memory moments there for Mystic.
A little bit, yeah. You can do that a couple times. When you're running by blind cell, your pilot says, "Don't worry about it. It's nothing." You're still going to press A on it. It's
By the way, Lana Bean.
Yes.
There's one more thing that we need before we can declare go mode.
Oh yeah, it's that one big key, isn't it?
It's the one big key that we need that gets you into a particular tower's climb, and you hope that it's not downstairs.
What are you thinking, vanilla at this point, or gonna clean it up in Mire area somewhere, perhaps?
I think it's going to be in Turtle Rock.
Or could be Swamp, I guess.
Well, let's see what happens. Here comes Cold Stare for Mystic Tempered Sword. We gotta be a little bit careful here, Mystic. There we go.
Okay, Cold Stare hurts.
It does.
It's a 4-heart hog with green mail.
And going back to start will hurt even more. So, when everything is all said and done, after everything has kind of merged together, Jesse has a slight lead. Now, he still needs to get to Bonk Rocks, but the amount of time it's taking for Mystic to get to Swamp, I think, exceeds the time that Jesse has already been here in Swamp.
Maybe. It's hard to say. Oh, we're picking up a little refill for the arrows. It's hard to say because Jesse technically does need to go to K45 and also Bonk Rocks.
That's true.
So I'd say I'd give Jesse a lead by maybe less than a minute.
Yeah, it's not a significant advantage at this point. It's at a point here where execution's going to still make a difference.
Absolutely.
And this was a complete go mode Swamp Palace. Mystic popping in needs to mirror and hit the switch and all that.
Still things to follow. All little things you gotta do, like pull the damn lever.
Okay, Argus is down. There's Ice Small. Thank you, game. You enjoy seeing an Ice Small in a place where you needed to have the access to ice in order to get to it.
Right?
This game's so wonderful sometimes.
Especially Kruskies.
Yeah, that's coming up here. Week 6 next week is the Champions Ganon Hunt. That'll be interesting to see, because that has a lot of decision making going into the seed, even far more than what we've been seeing out of many of these races to begin with.
I call the mode illusion of choice. The game seems to look like it gives you a route that you're going to do, and then it stops giving you progression towards that way of doing the seed and starts going the other direction.
And then your mood goes in the other direction.
Exactly. You're like, I am one item away from go mode at 30 minutes. And then you spend another 20 minutes looking for that one thing, and then the seed just sends you somewhere else.
Those races will be coming up here tomorrow, week number 5. I totally am not participating in this week 5.
I am.
You sound like you're not. Like, I am, as in like a defeated way.
I played 2 of the seeds so far. I've completed both of them in completely different ways than the spoiler log told me it wanted me to. And that's enough for me. I've got to play it one more time, then we're done. It's fine.
I'm having a hard time believing you. Straight through Meyer. This is a... Oh gosh. Let me guess. TR3 is in TR. This is a small key to this dungeon.
Oh, we're getting... Did we see...
Ambo's tablet.
Yeah,
okay.
I was wondering, did we see this on...
No. Because Jesse went straight to, having a little bit of issues, to K45.
Oh, safety
blue cane.
Nothing wrong with that. Given more time to Jesse and Leoria here. Not significant, but as we said before, seconds do count.
Oh, beautiful Spooky. That was... Look, no stopping.
Yeah, well done.
This also is a case where, like that! Like that! I was about to say, if Jesse takes a death, then the race kind of turns a little bit.
That is what Mystic needed.
Because Jesse still needs to get that TR2. But Mystic takes a hit.
Yeah, did pick up that powder, though.
4 hearts damage these Wizrobes do.
Alright, Mystic did pick up the powder, just like Jesse did, so you make it to a... Oh, we're just going straight for safety here.
Yeah, we're going to go and let's see what we have inside this chest. that Jesse passed up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Mystic is officially in GT Big Key mode.
That's an interesting. Okay.
That's an interesting turn of events, I think.
Okay.
So I don't see a TR of Smoke Key being any easier than that for Jesse to grab.
Yeah, but who knows?
If there's a third one routed in for them, that would have been faster than the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the Bonk Rock one at least.
Yeah.
No cape, no blue cane. Jesse does have to be exceptionally careful. No mail upgrade either.
Yeah.
The only damage you want to take in this fight is from the acid. You do not want to touch any of the eyes.
There we go. We got it now. And as a runner, it's hard to do, but what you need to do is cool yourself down and wind up getting focused. What you need to do. It's hard to do when you take a death like that.
Just gotta breathe and keep going.
Pretty much. And like I said, easier said than done.
And your pilot should be trying to do the same for you. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. You're doing great.
Yep. You're fine. You're fine.
Our opponents have work to do, so don't worry about it. And Mystic getting a couple free hits on the eyeball there.
And here comes the TR2 for Jesse. And now we flute our way up to the...
Are we going to pod?
Towards pod. Okay. So you remember when we grabbed that bow really early in this seed? Maybe that's where our GT big is.
No pod big.
And that's where Mystic's going too.
Yeah, I think our GT big key's in pod. But we have one small key on Jesse's side, so could be in the back, but you could just be going right side to save the key. But if that's the case, Mystic has an extra pod small to just spend on the middle door.
Alright, let's see what Jesse does. And we're going to the Mimic side.
And we do have one of our pilots in chat. How's it going? Y'all are doing great, it's fine. Okay, so we'll see what Mystic does. Okay, Mystic just goes up the middle. So it looks like we're probably just going to the back. Or big key chest, okay.
Alright, there's the TR small.
Okay, so they brought it in right side for that, okay.
And there is the GT big. Alright, so there it is. And when it's all said and done now, it looks like Mystic has a little bit of a lead, but watch out. I know someone in the chat was commenting about how fast Jesse took to go through Meyer, even though he had to go through it yet again.
Jesse's execution is top notch. Should be very interesting, this Turtle Rock.
And
And
he's going to pick up the
GT
heart, too. All right, here we go, friends. So Mystic's going to be the first one into Turtle Rock. 3 small keys. We are now officially in go mode. Just get to the back. And now if we do see a deviation, it is a good possibility what we're going to see is for silvers.
Ooh, Dead Rock. That's some time back to Jesse.
Dead rocks are annoying.
To say the least. You got powder. Just powder them. That's gotta get rid of them. It's fine.
Just spend the time and quake them. No, don't do that. Leftovers restocked, needing the win to help them in the basement. A 7-1 start would await JKLOL if they're able to get the victory here. They would join Potato Pouch as the top team in the league at this stage if they're able to pull through the victory. But Mystic currently in the advantage right now. We're talking less than a minute between these two. Lana Bean, this is looking to be a great finish.
Absolutely agreed with you. The execution from Jesse alone in Turtle Rock, I'm going to be interested to see how things shape up at the with the Trinex fight there.
50-26, Mystic goes down the stairs. $50-42, Jesse goes down the stairs. It is a 16-second advantage for Mystic right now. 16 seconds, and Mystic almost went and didn't get the pokey key.
At this time, oh my gosh.
Mystic just going to torch the pokey here.
About a 9-second difference right now. And the pokey is much more cooperative with Jesse there.
Yeah, got him right there and got the key and already has the switch down. Beautiful work as they're in the same room together now. The pressure is now on Mystic now into the double pokies. Gotta watch, they're bouncing. Stops to grab the heart that makes it so now it's just seconds here. Mystic now going through the tunnel. Jesse through the tunnel. And now downstairs, bonked there, 51-59. 52-01, 2-second advantage for Mystic. Ain't a burn a stretch there. Jesse chooses to swallow a couple of seconds here with the hook shot. Every single heart's going to matter next at this level. A divergence for Mystic. Is this our silvers? It sure is. Jesse's getting it. A little bit extra seconds here for Jesse. He's stuttering. There we go.
No
Powdering for Mystic.
No burner for Jesse to take that room a little easier.
$52-58 for Mystic. 53-03, 5 seconds for Mystic. Trinex coming up here. Mystic going to the back. 1, 2, 3. Second. No, loses it. And has to wait it out. Cannot fire on it.
Jesse taking the safer
That's
route.
going to help out here. Oh, goodness. Mystic now takes a bop. Has to be careful. Jesse takes the lead. Ice head not down for Mystic. This is getting to be an unfortunate fight for Mystic. Jesse takes the lead and is finished with Trinex.
Great fight from Jesse, taking the safer fight from the front, whereas Mystic was trying to go for the back door to save a little bit of time. Unfortunately, took that hit.
53-57 crystal grab for Radical Sniper. And 54.08. Jesse has an 11-second lead as we go into GT. He has gained 16 seconds on that Trinex fight alone. And now here's where the execution really needs to be on point for both of these runners. Green male. Oh, Mystic losing 2 hearts already. That was almost another 2. $54.48 into GT for Jesse. $55.03 for Mystic. 15-second difference here as we go into GT.
Ooh, Jesse with a little bit of a routing issue there. Could give a little bit of time back to Mystic. Oh, but Mystic with having to powder the anti-fairy. Oh,
he loses the 2 hearts anyway.
Yeah, loses time as well.
Both runners trying to get through this 3rd floor. Fourth floor, Jesse, 55, 53, 55, 53 for Jesse.
Yeah, as Jesse enters the gauntlet officially.
Mystic. Oh, bonked off the crystal switch and now is hitting the switch with a burner. Down to 2 hearts.
Oh, we're going to have to take a safety room, I think, here, Rick.
I think you have to in this case. You cannot take a death here on Gauntlet.
You have a green...
Because that would be GG's.
Yeah, you've got a green potion, but that's not enough.
Nice splash right there for Radical Sniper. Pulls even further ahead, 56-31. So it is now a 36-second advantage for Jesse here on the 4th floor of GT. And Mystic is getting bopped around pretty badly. Bad RNG here in the first room of the Gauntlet. As Jesse has finished off with the Lamos, 56-51. Loria probably telling him he's got a little bit of breathing room here. Can't go too loose or too easy, but you can slow it down just a little bit. You've got yourself in a little bit of an advantage. Jesse's going to be done with the 5th floor before Mystic even gets up to the 5th floor.
Just continuing to increase that lead here.
57-31. And it's going to be a 2-cycle here for Mystic. 3-cycle. Powders the Anti-Fairy, gets back up to full life. About to face off against the Moldorm 2.
10 hearts, pretty comfortable for Ganon, but still does not take long for Ganon to take all those hearts off.
Spins around. And now Jesse going up to the final room here. before we get up to the 7th floor. 58-27. 58-32 for Mystic going up 33 rather to the 6th floor. We're at that point here where Leoria is telling Jesse, you don't need the 1-1 on Ganon. If it's not a 1-1, it's not a problem. Of course, you'd love to have the 1-1.
I got 2 down for Jesse.
The big thing is just make sure that you don't make any mistakes on stage 2.
All right, Moldorm 2 down for Mystic. I get 2 down for Jesse here.
As we go into the pyramid face-off against Ganon for Radical Sniper, hoping to push his team to 7-1.
Well, gonna be hard to get the 1-1 at this point.
I don't think he's even worried about it, although he wants to watch out these Trident hits. He does not have the safety that Mystic does. If he takes the death, that gives it back to Mystic. Mystic's still on Aga 2.
Oh, that was a triple, I think, for Mystic.
And there it is. Mystic is done with Aga 2.
Beautiful fight. Jesse's got to be exceptionally careful.
There we go. Stage 3. All of these warps, but you know your opponent's going to be dealing with the same warps. And now we get ready for this final stage. That's 1 and 2 for Jesse. Lights the torches. It's going to wait it out. Wait till he's in position. Sword, 2 arrows, and that's going to do it as JKLOL is going to score the victory to go to 7-1 overall here in the league.
You know the drill, chat. Get your GGs in the chat for Jesse and Team JKLOL.
Mystic not that far behind, but a really rough 3rd floor, a really rough Trinex. That's all it took.
Well done by both runners, though.
And we will get these runners into here. Go ahead and have a conversation with the runners and the pilots. But there it is for Mystic. Get your GGs in chat.
Beautiful Ganon fight by Mystic there. Well done.
And this will be a sweep for JKLOL.
And don't forget to give these 2 runners a follow. They put on a great show for us today before we get to interviews.
With all that was going on, the closeness of this race, we never really got into the normal spiels that we did get to say during most of these races. But make sure you follow both of these runners. Make sure you follow the pilots as well. We had Leoria of Light for JKLOL, and we have Days Cloud for Leftovers Restocked.
Absolutely.
Let's get them all on in here.
Oh, hold up.
Hey there, friends. How y'all doing?
GG, everybody.
Hi. Hello. GG.
GG's.
All right. So I want to talk to the runners first. What would you like to say to Dead Rocks, Jesse?
The same thing I'd like to say to Vitreous's eyes, and the same thing I'd like to say to the Wallmaster in the back of Skull Woods, or maybe the mini Moldorm in the back of the Skull Woods, who made me a little too personal with the Wallmaster.
Okay,
About
so
that.
Let's not say that, because I have a feeling that what you
It's
really,
inappropriate
really
for
want to
SG2.
say is not appropriate for Speed Gaming
No,
2.
I'll tell you exactly when I got wall mastered in Skull, exactly that it's very inappropriate for me to say on Speed Gaming.
I forgot that you got wall mastered. Oh.
Okay, I guess the question I want to ask you then, Leoria, is at what decibel level did Radical Sniper say that those particular words? We're not going to say them, but how loud did he say it?
Oh, yeah,
Flood?
no, because we'd have to ban
Did he say
Zaf.
flood?
No, whoop. Hi. No, honestly, I don't remember, because I just remembered that he had gotten wall mastered. The Vidi one was loud. The Vidi was a solid decibel level that still didn't peak his microphone, but his doesn't peak like mine does.
the SPL on your microphone, Jesse, has to be really, really wonderful, considering all the things that wound up happening during the course of that. But it was a very interesting seed here, the way that the seed wanted you to do things. I guess what I want to do here then is turn to the pilots and tell me some of your thought processes as you're skimming through the log of the seed over the course of the first several minutes of this seed.
I'll let you go first, Dazed.
Okay, so to be completely honest with you, I got myself kind of confused for a moment because I was like, wait a minute, this is a Naga seed? No, it's not. Wait, what? No, what? Huh? There was a whole lot
because of the hammer and like the flippers, and it's like, wait, what? Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then that was just like, wait, okay, oh, we need a fire source. We need a fire. Wait, where's the fire source? Oh, right, a lamp's a fire source, isn't it? And I mean, like, honestly, routing wise, it didn't feel bad. I probably, looking back at it, there were maybe a couple of places we could have done, I could have saved us a little bit of time, but like overall, it always felt like we knew where we were going. I didn't have there was only a moment there at the beginning where I'd kind of got lost reading the log, and Mystic was like, Dazed? What do I do? And I'm like, oh crap, sorry. But that was at the very beginning.
Tell me to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine was more chaotic of a beginning, I feel like, than I've had in a while, but I'm literally going to attribute that to worked 8 hours today and took a 10-minute power nap, which my body was like, but more. I want more. Like, no, gotta go pilot, go think. And, yeah, no, I'm really grateful that Jesse's like, you're good, just tell me what I'm doing. I'm like, okay.
For me, a power nap's about a half hour to an hour, I hear you.
Oh, man, I'm freaking exhausted still. But I think part of that also is because I'm just finally starting to unclench a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was close.
So
close.
At what point did you start to feel a little comfortable and were able to tell Jesse that the climb is getting a little less intense? Because obviously you were in chat, you were watching the restream, you saw how close it was going down into Trinex.
I can tell you actually there a little bit, because we're going into TR and I know silvers are there because she told me that ahead of time. And I'm like, okay, where are they? Laser Bridge. I'm like, and she tells me that they're into TR first. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, don't watch SG. Pull up Mystic. Mystic Stream, because I want to know more closer to what's
right. You want to see this on probably about a 3 to 4 second delay as opposed to the 40-ish seconds that we have for a restream buffer here on Speed Gaming.
Right. And I knew I was still a little behind there, but she was able to tell me, like, they're doing laser bridge, like, there's no reason for you to skip. And we were kind of already decided at that point, like, no reason to skip silvers. You'll save time either way.
Yeah.
So
what I basically told him was like, okay, so like as we're going through, like we're like 4 or 5 seconds behind or something like that. Like we're close, but we are behind. And I just straight up told him like, look, at the end of the day, you pull silvers, you save that time. If you pull silvers and they don't, we pass them because we have silvers. If they pull silvers and we pull silvers, then it's a wash. Like we both have silvers, and it's just
an execution battle.
It's an like, missing Trinex's head.
Right. Well, and man, I won't lie. Watching the Trinex fights, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, we passed. But it was like, I think I timed it, and I want to say there was like 11-second difference going into GT, or 11-second difference on crystal catches from TR, something like that.
Yeah, I counted it like 13, but it was at least close enough that you had to go through the gauntlet and play that safe, and it was obviously probably once Jesse made it to the middle of the fourth floor when it started to open up because of the issues that we saw Mystic have on the third floor.
I honestly, like, I don't know if I necessarily fully relaxed, so to speak, during any of that, but I was able to,
as soon as
like,
she told as soon as Leo told me that like we had passed during the Trinex fight, I was like, okay, I know what it's like. Just play 10 hearts feels like, even without any armor upgrades, like 10 hearts on the climb is actually on green mail is not too bad, because really everything that normally tags you is a heart damage either way. Like, I'm not going to get tagged by a Zyzak. I'm not going to get hit by Stalfos and worry about it. It's the Medusa heads, it's the Beamos, it's the spikes, like the stuff that I normally get touched by. That's what I'm going to get hit by. And if I'm on 10 hearts, like I'm not going to worry about the climb as much.
Jesse's talking a lot about touching, and I'm trying to decide how to handle this. I want to tell you to behave. Okay, look.
Yeah, no, I was just sitting here like watching that entire climb, like you know, like I didn't tell Mystic anything at that point. I got very quiet, and I was just like, you know what, if something happens, cool. I didn't tell Mystic until he dropped into until he was dropping into Ganon that Jesse was on Ganon. And so, like, until then, it was just kind of like, you know what, I just wanted to let him run it the best he could. Mystic ran a pretty good race, especially with those early bosses where it was just like, here's 0 equipment.
Yeah.
Go kill Lambo because you have no choice.
Yeah, no, that was. Leo tells me, "Oh, there's an ice rod at Hobo," and I'm like, I'll get it later when I have boots and flippers or something. And then it's like,
no,
oh my gosh, this Lambo is really, really bad. I'm gonna flute to 8 and get the ice rod real quick.
I mean, I can speak from my experience here with the race that was the other night with me and Fred versus Maxim Barnage and Maniacal. They had Fire Rod for Lambo. They saved a bunch of time versus Fred, who tried to hammer it, and things like that do make a difference in a race like this. And obviously, you didn't get all hits on it with the ice rod, so you had to swallow a couple of extra cycles, but those things do matter sometimes.
Yeah, I forget how slow just pure fighter sword Lambo is.
It's such a nasty fight.
To be honest, I didn't even consider the ice rod at that point. It was just kind of like, I think I was still in my early part of the putting the seed together sort of thing, so I didn't think about it. But that was a good idea, for sure. That was a good idea getting that.
Leo consistently gives me like a breadcrumb of like, you're gonna touch this or do this check, and I'm like, okay, I can wait on this one. This one makes more sense now. But that I was kind of like, you're not. I can't have a bow. I can't have a fire rod. I can't have this, that, or the other thing. Yeah, we're gonna like. The only other thing I think that was even possible was a master sword, and that just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no, you had to go down to like Zelda's cell.
You have to go
Yeah.
to Zelda Cell. Yeah, no, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna do that.
There's no chance, no chance. And the moment that I saw the other two swords were like available, it was just like, nah, we're not getting that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other thing? Oh, I did want to tease you on one thing, Leo. Though.
Uh-oh.
You didn't. Berna was right next to Swamp.
I told him about it.
You could have
told
saved
him.
Jesse so much time.
I told him.
That was on me.
I told him. It wasn't me.
That Fiddy death shouldn't have happened. I'm better than that, and it pissed me off to no end. I still wouldn't grab Berna.
Yeah. I didn't want to send. I think we were at 7 hearts at the time, and I was like, "That's what 2 hits? Like that's 2 hits there." And I was just
It's scary.
I
That's the thing,
figured it
like,
was easier.
I was at 8 hearts, and I'm like, okay, this is like I'm gonna be full health. This is NMG. This is something I should be able to pull off every time. And then I got tagged, and I was just like,
It got loud.
oh,
Quick
That's
question
the
for you,
nicest way to
Jesse.
say it. It got loud.
yeah.
Jesse, quick question.
Yep.
Did you loot Bottle Fender because you knew what was on there and because you knew who was on comm? Just wondering.
It was because of the person who I knew was in chat, not because of you.
So he pulled that, and then immediately, whenever I told him where the mirror was, he is like, "Oh man, okay, well, it's a gray seed, cool."
So we haven't told you the rule about this, Jesse.
Okay.
Because you pulled an item that apparently my co-commentator does not like, we're adding 65 seconds to your score.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Correct.
Technicality still works.
No.
No, I'm sorry. Rick has this authority.
Wait, no.
Totally does.
Hang on, no. You can give Jesse a loss, but I still want to win. I like
wow.
the fact.
Now, here's
No,
the
because
question.
then when you guys tease me about having the freaking best record on the team, it actually can make sense. Because you
Leoria?
freaking tease me, and I'm not even playing the game right now well. So,
Leoria?
duh.
Leoria?
0.5. We'll
on,
take
Le-
0.5.
Hold on. Leoria?
Yeah.
Did you instruct Jesse to pick up that shield?
No,
I
she
told him
didn't.
that it was there. He chose to.
Okay, Jesse loses, Leoria wins. There we go.
Yep. I wanted to have some fun tonight anyway. I was like, yeah. Hey, wait. The shield was
Wait.
super valuable. I will justify its pickup. If any of you didn't see it, I blocked a spear in front of Swamp. The stated purpose
my
of the shield.
God, you're such a meme.
So that shield was super 100% required. You can't tell me otherwise. Thank you so much.
Walk 2 pixels down, avoid the shot. That's all I'm gonna say. 2
2
pixels down.
pixels down is wasted time.
Every frame counts.
Meme.
Hey,
Still,
you're gonna lose frames blocking that shot. I'm sorry.
I can't with you.
All right, I need to ask this question. And this is going to be a very good question here. I'm going to start with Leoria.
Oh boy.
How glad are you that Spoiler Week is done?
Bad. No, I love spoiler.
This is her favorite
Okay.
week of the season.
This is my favorite week of the season. I love this.
To be
mode.
honest, going into the season, Leo's like her wrists are like completely terrible. She's made no secret about how her wrists have
Yeah.
been. And when the season got announced and Spoiler was in it, she's like, I don't care, I'm playing.
And
Because
then
I
they
gotta play
announced,
Spoiler.
and then they announced that if you are the pilot for 2 different runners for both
I
races,
still
you get counted as
two
2.
races.
Yep.
I was so thrilled, dude. Because literally, we were even discussing, because my wrists were so bad, even pre-league. Like, we were discussing, like, do I need to basically, like, redshirt a year? Like, do I need to sit out a year? Because that's how bad, like, things are right now. Like, it physically hurts to play. And my fingers go numb. It's not good. It's not fun.
Are Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, so what literally made the difference was Pilot Spoiler being in the season. And then co-op playoffs. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I'm gushing.
Yes, you are. The main question now is: are your wrists starting to feel better?
No, not yet.
Hopefully soon.
I wish. I really I'm hoping. So some folks know, some folks don't. I recently moved literally across the country. And it has been kind of like just that, hey, now I'm trying to figure out health insurance and whatnot, like that whole ordeal of moving and whatnot. And so finally got that. I had x-rays on them, I want to say beginning of last week or something like that. And it's just like I have a follow-up doctor appointment here in a couple weeks, something like that. But things are moving again. It's just so freaking slow.
We wish you the best with that, though, Leoria.
Thank you. I appreciate.
All right, Days Cloud. Same question.
Burn in hell. Sorry.
Now, that's the reaction I expect out of most people here that have had to sit here and be pilots this week. That's the
Just like how
reaction
you
I
feeling,
expect
buddy?
to hear from most. But
Hello?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
how you feeling, bud? You awake there?
Yeah, I'm awake. I just didn't hear you over everything else. Yeah, no, I'm glad this week's over.
We wanted co-op veterans. Like, come on now.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded co-op entrance, but
co-op veterans. We're better at that mode.
To be fair, I think we also would have been okay with co-op entrance, but not in place of, if that makes sense.
yeah, that's
no,
understandable.
No, I did.
In place of.
In place, it would be fine with us. Yeah,
Let's just
totally.
have both, and everybody wins.
Yes!
Yeah.
Why not both?
Just make every week co-op,
Or I'm fine with 3 weeks,
I mean-
some weeks being solo, but let's go 4 weeks co-op. Let's make
Yeah.
it happen.
Yes. You heard it here first, folks. Season 7 League. 4 weeks of co-op, baby.
Question though from Mystic, if I can.
Sure.
Yeah, how do you feel entering GT? Your pilot, or your pilot's not telling you much anymore. You're climbing GT. What's going through your head?
So, Days is only ever quiet when we're doing co-op stuff for 2 reasons. One, we're ahead, or 2, we're losing. So, I was feeling okay, and then I completely screwed up the switch room, and it just threw everything off from there on. I don't know how I ended up dashing right down the middle with the cane, but yeah, that doesn't work very well.
Yeah, especially once you hit the switch and keep hearing clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah,
no.
it just threw everything off from there, but it is what it is. And the stupid horse in room 3, that horse makes or breaks my run every time. He just avoids me at all costs, and I hate it so much.
Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. But no, I felt good. I think honestly, I felt pretty good through most of it up until the ice rod missed on the second ice rod shot missed on Trinex, and I went, and everything went down from there because the ice ended up in the spot. I almost died to Trinex because of it, and it's just one of those.
Yeah, it
Also,
was
whenever
one
he
of
goes
those,
out the window.
Yeah, it was one of those needing to kind of get yourself back on track with that fight.
Yeah.
The number of times that I will say to either Kaysden or Jesse during a race, just breathe, is kind of astronomical, but also it's like, just play your game, dudes. Like, there comes a point where you have to focus on what you're doing and not what the opponent is doing, if that makes sense.
I can judge how well a race a spoiler race is going based on how much crap Days is giving me throughout the dungeons.
Yep.
Exactly. And
I
of course,
just didn't want to say anything the entire
I know.
time. This one, I was just like, dude, we were. It's like it's right there. So I'm just gonna like, I'm not gonna mess with you at all. Let's just leave it be.
Nah, I appreciated it. It's a lot less pressure to go, hey, if you screw up another room or like a minute behind, than it is just say, go, just do it.
and if you want an example of how it sounds to be a pilot, Leoria does have a video up on YouTube.
Ooh. I do. I decided not to record this one because of how kind of fast and furious I needed to move to get things rolling here.
We want to hear Jesse's reactions. We want a recording.
Oh no. Again, these are things that we cannot say on SG. Otherwise, we have to ban people. No, I think I posted it in League General. So it's not in like the Invitational or Racer General or whatever. Like it's in just regular old General. Because I had quite a few people reach out and ask like, hey, what is like what are some like tips and tricks that you have? And kind of like one of the first things I sent them is actually Moogle's document. Because that document is so good. But like there's a difference between reading about it and like seeing it
in action.
Yeah. And so I wanted to at least have that so they could kind of see like what is going through my mind in the moment. And yeah. If you had this one, you would have heard expletives, although there were definitely expletives in the first one anyway, because
I think they were a little bit more friendly, like, ha ha ha.
They were from you as opposed to, gosh damn it, I died to Vitreous.
Wow, that was a really good Jesse impression. I can hear Jesse rolling his eyes right now.
I can hear it all the way from here.
Oh,
6 hours
man.
away.
But no, it bums me out in a way when folks, like, I don't want to call out, but also I'm going to, like, whenever, like, Dazed and Mystic, like, when you guys straight up said, like, this is just not our mode, we don't like it, like, it can literally burn in hell, like, it bums me out because I have such...
Sorry.
No. I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying it more of a,
I
like...
don't feel bad. Trust me. I just hate the mode.
Oh, okay, good. Like, I want folks to, at the very least, even if they don't end up liking the mode, that's fine. Like, you know, that's everybody's prerogative. But, like, I want folks to at least feel comfortable with the mode. And if I can help make that happen in whatever little way, like, I want to do that. Because it's a mode that I feel very passionate about. I really enjoy it. And yeah, I feel like I'm rambling and should stop talking now.
Yeah, I think what we should do is ask our final questions for this week here as we get ready for week number 5. Week number 5, JKLOL faces off against Amish Paradise. Any thoughts? I have an assumption, Leoria, you're going to be on the sideline, but any thoughts from Jesse about the Champions Ganon Hunt?
You know what they say about assumptions, right?
Oh boy, he said it, not me.
Yeah, no, Leo and I are playing this week.
That is actually a little bit of a surprise.
So the reason being, we kind of, as we've been practicing Gachunts, like, realized, you know, Gachunts not a super long mode like cross keys.
True.
Or even Enemizer, like, as execution heavy as Enemizer can be. And so we felt like it's in my in my physical best interest to play Gachunt. not in case and just absolutely despises the mode in the competitive sense.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do the Gachant next week. That'll get Leo her 5. So then it can kind of just pass
Then
it
I'm
to Kaze and I.
sidelined.
Yep. So no, this is. I'm not looking forward to Gachant. I'll be honest, I have not enjoyed the mode yet. Like, I think if I was playing the race that mode casually, I'd be okay with it. I think it's a good laugh. But outside of like groups and friends, I've not enjoyed it.
I even think it's a good ladder mode.
Yeah, like I think it would be fun on ladder. Like Ludicrous Speed was fun. I liked that one. This I'm not
You're not
I'm not sold. No. But I'll do what I have to.
And we're racing friends.
I love our division.
Dude, our entire division is just amazing people. Just
And
saying.
also amazing people are Fandrina Drifters, who will be the opponents coming up here for Leftovers Restocked.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
You guys, you can do it.
It's me and Chemo versus Walkix and Jet. So
Week off, baby.
yeah, it's gonna be picked this week off.
Maybe Wall Kicks will still be in the high of winning the Cross Keys tournament.
That's a good point.
Yeah, there's some keys to find in this mode too, unfortunately. So
Yes,
don't
but
know.
it's not entrances either.
that's true. Yeah. Now, the
Yeah.
mode. It's the first time I played the mode. I was like, okay, I got the 2 Triforce pieces. What now? Oh, I still have to kill Ganon. Okay.
I feel like that's the best descriptor of a mode. Like, all right, I did this, but now what?
Because I'm like, okay, there's a GT big key, and then the very first one I ran, got the pyramid piece first. Then went and got the one out of GT. I'm like, okay, it's not over.
And then at what point are you like, oh, I still need to find a bow?
I had bow.
Oh wait,
for,
you didn't need a bow at that point. Never mind.
Nah, but yeah. So I'm like walking out of GT, going, okay, what's next? I guess I'll go back to the pyramid and see if it's open. I was like, okay, well, from now on, 5-6 crystals will be the last piece I pick up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been all right. It's a different mode. I'm not 100% sold on it either, but I don't hate it. I kind of like the idea of, okay, do I go ahead and just finish this pendant dungeon because I might have to do the other 2, or do I skip out on it and wait until I have access to all 3? You know, but
Man, I wish that there was like this mode has been giving me some conniptions because I feel like there's not a sensible way to route the mode. And it feels awkward. And I don't like the awkward.
And it all begins tomorrow.
yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a week coming up here. First race of this mode will be coming up at 2:10 tomorrow with Dr. Irwin versus Aku Heist over in the Open League. First invitational match in this will be tomorrow night, 9:10, when WinFox takes on Zelga Desan. We'll get to see what winds up happening in this mode, see how many people are begging for this to come back in the league at the end of the week. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Bring co-op Retrans back.
I agree with Dave, but also
Please.
keep pilot spoiler, please.
No, she's wrong.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up so that way we can get on out of here. Big thank you to Shasta for tracking for this race, and a big thank you to Lana Bean. It's been a whole lot of fun.
Been a pleasure, Rick. Never getting to do this with you. It's always fun to be able to have a chance to chat with you.
It's always been fun to chat to these 4 magnificent people here that are in the booth with us here and the post race on the final race of week number 4 of the ALTTPR League. Get more information about the link to the past Randomizer League and go to ALTTPRleague.com. I'm Adirondack Rick saying thank you for joining us for today. Lana Bean, take us on out of here.
Sounds good. Everybody, don't forget to follow SpeedGaming through SpeedGaming 6 for lots of rando. Otherwise, don't forget to give our runners a follow. Links are in chat, including my co-com, Adirondack Rick, and our tracker, Shasta. So thank you all. Hope you have a great night. Be safe out there. And we'll catch you in the next race. Bye, everybody.